Hey everyone, today we're going to go over this really great book I just finished called Rework by Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansson. They are the founders of Basecamp, which is a really successful software as a service business. And they have a lot of just really good information in this book. And I'm going to let you know some of my favorite bits of that. Subtitle of Rework is Rework shows you a better, faster, easier way to succeed in business. First nugget, you don't have to grow into a big company if you don't want to. Do what suits you and your company. Don't just grow for growth's sake. They've purposely stayed small with Basecamp, their company, and it's allowed them to be really nimble and outdo the bigger competition because they can move fast and iterate quickly. Scratch your own itch. So solving your own problem will give you insight into the problem and the people who are having the same problem as you, and it'll allow you to fall in love with your product or service. I know Tim Ferriss is a big proponent of scratching your own itch. And yeah, just solving problems that you have and that others will have will make it a lot easier on you. Don't let yourself off the hook with excuses. It's entirely your responsibility to make your dreams come true. And this is so huge, and I know I personally struggle with it all the time. And I am just now learning that my quote unquote reasons that I keep giving myself are just excuses, and to let go of them and make my dreams come true. Embrace constraints, they force you to be creative. Decisions are progress. Commit to making decisions. Make decisions and move forward. You don't have to live with most decisions forever anyway. And if you make a mistake, you can correct it later. This is such a big deal for me. I know I'm like very indecisive a lot of the time, and I just sit in like analysis paralysis, purgatory, and it just tortures you because it just stays on your mind. And it's a lot better to go ahead, make a decision, and move forward. You can fix stuff later. Be a curator. Always look to simplify, streamline, and trim down to the essential. This is a recurring theme throughout the book, and they just go into simplicity and minimalism being very powerful. Use your byproducts. This was really interesting. You'll always have them, as knowledge and experience are a byproduct of building a business that you can turn into blogs, videos, books, and other content, and sell that. So whatever you're doing and building, you'll have certain byproducts, and it could just be the knowledge, and you should use those byproducts. Questions to ask yourself / reasons to quit. Why are you doing this? What problem are you solving? Is this actually useful? Are you adding value? Is there an easier way? What could you be doing instead? Is it really worth it? So you really want to just kind of, from time to time, ask yourself these questions to make sure you're on the right track. This one's huge. Interruption is the enemy of productivity. You have to get in the alone zone. Need long stretches of uninterrupted alone time is when you're most productive. So turn off distractions. Let people know you're working and don't let them bother you. You need to focus, and it's so difficult to do in our distraction-filled world. But you've got to make it happen if you really want to be productive. Good enough is fine. When good enough gets the job done, go with it. Remember, you can usually turn good enough into great later. So make it good enough and then ship it. Get quick wins. Motivation comes from momentum. The longer a project takes, the less likely you are to finish it. Make sure to set up and celebrate small victories to keep momentum and motivation going. Get enough sleep. You cannot perform well without it. It's super important, and you may hear people saying, well, if you just sleep for only 4 hours or whatever, you will, be able to hustle more. But you need sleep to be able to actually perform. So get that sleep. Your estimates suck. Humans are bad at estimating how long something will take and how it will go. Break big things into much smaller things. Smaller things are easier to accurately estimate. So when you're trying to figure out how long a certain project's going to take, you want to break it down as small as you possibly can and use that to estimate how much it'll take. And usually you want to even add more time on after that, because we're just really bad at estimating how long something will take. And you'd rather say it's going to take 2 weeks and it only takes you one, rather than the reverse and have yourself or your client in a pickle. To protect yourself from copycats, build you into your products or services, and that way no one will be able to copy you. Say no by default. It's way too easy to say yes. And this reminds me of Derek Silver's rule. It's either hell yes or it's no, which I think is really cool and important. If you're not really gung-ho about it, just say no. Build an audience. When you build an audience, you don't have to buy people's attention. They give it to you. Speak, write, make videos, whatever. Just share valuable information and you'll build an audience. Well, it's what I'm trying to do here, so I hope it's working. Out-teach your competition. Instead of trying to outsell or out-advertise your competition, out-teach them. Teach your audience and you'll form a bond you can't get from traditional marketing tactics. Go behind the scenes. Give people a backstage pass to see how your business works. People are curious about how things are made. Don't be afraid to show your flaws. People like real people. Be authentic. And those who try to come off perfect seem really fake, and people don't like that. Never hire someone to do work you haven't tried or don't understand. Hire great writers. No matter the position, a great writer will be useful. Clear writing is indicative of clear thinking, and they know how to communicate. Inspiration is perishable. Ideas are immortal, but inspiration isn't. When you're inspired, dive in and put it to work before it leaves you. So I give this book a 9 out of 10. It's really good. I definitely recommend you get it. There will be a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.